Hello and welcome to UK Handmade. Today we've got in the studio Victoria Pugh from Belle Skincare. So for our listeners, can you tell us a little bit about how you started your business and where your name comes from?
I started the business because about 5 years ago I had a really bad allergic reaction to suntan cream when I moved out into Tobago, which basically ruined my holiday. And when I got back from holiday, I started to look into, why I might have had this sort of, allergic reaction, and sort of discovered there was potentially lots of harmful ingredients, not only in sun care products, but in sort of, skincare products that we use every day. And I just become really fascinated, the whole heart of it, and started to research and started to make my own products, and that really how it all started. With regards to the name, Belle is actually my daughter's middle name, and Belle also means beautiful in French. So I thought beautiful skincare, and that's how La Belle came about. It is La Belle and not La Belle, and I know La Belle is actually grammatically incorrect in French, and I have had some comments on it, but there was already another label, so basically I decided to go along with the Le.
Well, it's creative license, isn't it? You can call yourself whatever you want.
Absolutely, and I thought, well, hopefully that way people would remember it as well.
Yeah, exactly. So have you had a background in skincare and have you kind of trained in this?
I have done a skincare and facelift course that finished this year, which has really helped. But I think it was just my love and my passion for products and making the product that really interested me.
Because I've been reading some of your reviews from your website from Pampered Prince, and he gave you a really good review. And I think that, women, we invest in products all the time, and we like smell and things like that, and we like how it is on our skin, and we're quite particular about things like that. But more and more men are getting in tune with their skincare regime. Have you found that you've had increased sales from men?
Yes, and it was quite interesting when we made contact, and we made contacts on Twitter. What would a man think of our products? Because obviously initially you do sort of think they are sort of targeted more to women. But I think, luckily the packaging is aimed at it's quite neutral, so it could be appeal to men as well. And the actual essential oils we use in the cleanser, that was the product that he sort of road tested, if you like, really liked, because it's quite a fresh smell, really liked it. So it was quite interesting to see that it does suit men as well. And I was a little bit worried when I thought, this could go either two ways, but no, he really liked it, and I thought he gave a really nice review of the cleanser, which was really good.
Yeah, definitely. No, he did. I was reading through and I was like, yeah, it sounded quite impressive, and he seems to be a kind of person. I don't know. You can kind of tune into people on the internet that he's quite particular. So I think it was quite a good review, because I think he definitely says if it isn't. So well done.
No, I think with especially with sort of lots of people who blog, if they don't like something, they go out and say it.
Did you make a plan when you started your business?
I didn't make a very detailed or structured plan, I have to admit. However, I would say that was probably something you should really do. The whole experience has been a learning curve for me, and I think if I was going to give some advice to anybody else, I would say you really need to do that. You'd probably save yourself a lot of time in the long term. Yes, definitely do some planning.
All credit to you. You hadn't had a background in skincare, but you've done really well. And also your site looks really professional, and it looks like you've been in business for a while. So did you have any help with regards to marketing?
I've done it all myself. I was quite specific on how I wanted my website to look. I designed all the packaging myself and the logo, etc. Although that was designed for me, and I gave the person that did it for me very sort of strict brief, if you like. So I knew what I wanted in my head. I wanted it, although it was natural and organic, I wanted it to have a really sort of cool, modern look, to be sort of more trendy and cool. especially if it was sort of natural and organic. So that I did all myself. I spent months trying to get the right packaging, and also to try and find something that I could have produced in small quantities. Everything I would have liked when you start looking on the internet, etc. You have to buy palletfuls of bottles and things like that, and I was in no position to do that. So it took me quite a long time, but I found what I wanted in the end, and I found a company that could spray the bottles any colour and would do it in small quantities. But that was a lot of research. As I say, it took me months to find that.
So it's definitely a labour of love.
Absolutely.
Are all your products, are they all handmade by you?
Yes. It's just me.
Yeah.
I do everything. I have lots of different hats.
You do, don't you? I mean, how do you manage that? Because I know that you're also a mum as well. I mean, how do you manage to kind of multitask? I mean, obviously we're known as women to do multitasking, but it's still amazing when you see somebody doing so well and also kind of managing to do everything.
Now it's actually set up and it's sort of running, it's a lot easier. The actual year I spent setting it up and getting everything ready for it and looking into things like where I get all my raw ingredients from. I mean, there's lots of different companies. You have to look at all the different costs and things like that. There was a lot of work to do previous to, say, launching. Now it's just a case. There's still quite a lot to do now, but it's a little bit easier, whereas I make batches of the products up and then make them quite small batches as well, and then they're able to be sent out as and when people order them.
Do you sell online and as well as sell to stockists then?
Well, we're primarily online, but we're also going into the sort of beauty salon spa market. I've got 2 salons who are stocking the products. Initially, I wasn't going to go down that route. This has just happened naturally. So it's another sort of arm, if you like, to the way I'm now looking at expanding the business. And in doing so, I'm bringing in some additional products for that to be able to sort of go a bit further. Primarily, it's online. It's just through the beauty salons and myself, my own website. Although I do have it obviously on UK Handmade, and I have on some other sites, but where if somebody buys it, I actually send it out. It's not physically stocked with other people, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What would you say is your best seller?
The oil cleanser is a really good seller. Also, another beauty blogger did a really great review on that. That's really nice. A lot of people, when you say oil cleanser, it tends to have oily complexion, and say, oh, I've got to come put oil on my skin. It's actually really, really good. One, if you do wear quite a lot of makeup or just foundation in general, and 2, if you do have oily skin, using an oil cleanser actually helps to rebalance your skin. So that is now becoming quite popular. I think there's a few other oil cleansers on the market now, and I think people generally are becoming more aware of them rather than the cream cleansers. So that one's quite popular. And also the multivitamin moisturiser, that's probably, out of the 2 moisturisers, that's probably the best seller.
And you obviously have people to test it, so whenever any time you have a new product out, do you kind of give a range of samples out to people to test, and then do you get their feedback?
Everyone's quite happy to test it, because obviously all us girls do like skincare. So
would you ever think about doing parties, a bit like Avon and that kind of thing?
Yes, that's something else I'm looking into, and I'm still putting a plan together at the moment, because I thought that's another way of being able to get some brand awareness. By doing parties, obviously people can try the products, they can have mini facials, and I think it's a really good way of getting people to try it and seeing how good the product is. So that's something I'm hoping to roll out probably. I'd like to say this side of Christmas, but it's probably going to be the New Year. So yes, so watch this space.
What advice would you give yourself now if you started again?
in one way, I wish I could start it all again. Having learned what I know now, I think when I initially launched, I thought, and I'd launched my website, and that would be it, and it'd be really, really easy, and it's not. Far from it. I've learned so much about social networking, search engine optimization, SEO, marketing, basically how to promote your business, going to networking events. There's so much I now know that I didn't know prior to me launching last year. I didn't really have a clue, to be honest. If I started it all again, I think those things are really, really important to do and to understand.
You know that when you look back and you go and you can see what you've done and how you've done it, and you know what you'd improve, etc. But in some ways, the organic process is the best in a way, because sometimes you gain insights that you never thought you would do if you actually had everything regimented. And it's kind of easier to look back and to kind of go, oh yeah, that should have been there, that should have been there. But I think the most important thing is being aware of it and knowing it now, and then creating that structure. So when you move forward, you're just going to grow and grow and grow in the way that you want to grow.
Yes. You have more freedom to go the way you want.
Yeah.
And also, sometimes you don't know which way it's going to go. For example, I'm now going to sort of look at going down the sort of spa beauty salon route, as well as the party route, where I didn't even think about that when I was planning to launch. So, and that's just happened because it's happened. If I hadn't followed some sort of regimented sort of structure or plan, that may have not happened then. So it sort of works both ways, really.
Tell me a little bit about the ingredients, because what kind of oils and things like that do you use? Because they're all natural. In fact, when I was reading some of the ingredients, I just wanted to eat them.
Well, actually, you probably could eat some of the products.
Yeah.
To be quite honest. Well, all of the oils are, well, practically, I'd say 80% of them are all organic. We don't use mineral oil. Mineral oil is a horrible, horrible thing. Mineral oil is what is basically most skincare products that you buy on the high street, and it has it's basically a byproduct of petroleum. It may make your skin soft, but it has no vitamins or minerals, and it basically acts as a barrier over the skin. So it's a bit like putting clean film over your skin. We don't use anything like that. All our oils, as I said, are organic. A lot of we use rosehip seed oil, which is a fantastic oil. It's a rejuvenating oil, fantastic for anti-aging. We use that in both of the moisturisers and in the face serum. Apricot kernel oil in our cream cleanser. And we use cocoa butter, shea butter. Even the emulsifiers, we use plant-derived emulsifiers as well. So all the products are natural. So, yes, they're natural and organic as much as they can be.
And good enough to eat.
Exactly. And what I'd like to do is a sort of bespoke service where people can sort of pick and choose what type of things they want in their moisturisers.
Are you having any Christmas packages, or is there anything that you can recommend as a gift set?
Yes, we're doing some body gift sets, which is our body scrub, the body lotion as well. So they're coming in some really nice boxed packaging, and also doing some different types of the facial ones as well, which will be fantastic for presents, especially the body care one.
So thank you so much. I've learnt a lot, and I'm hooked. Actually, I'm hooked by you. But I'm also hooked by your website and the ingredients.
Thank you.
So you will be getting my order very soon. And I'm sure a lot of other people who are listening to this podcast as well. So thank you very much, Victoria.
Thank you, Fiona.
This podcast was brought to you by UK Handmade. If you would like to know more about UK Handmade, please go to their website at www.ukhandmade.co.uk.